cool to have Jim here because it was what he said today was exactly what I was going to say. Strangely enough. And I wrote my stuff beforehand, so I have proof that we were actually on the same page. And that is really kind of amazing, and that is really a tribute to Charlotte and Jacob.
Yeah.
So,
Move closer to me.
with a little bit of, I'd like just to say what I was going to say, if I can read it, which is going to be hard, but I would like to welcome everyone today to Charlotte and Jacob's wedding. As many of you know, this is really their party and their vision, and I congratulate them both on what a wonderful job they have done.
Here, here. Here, here.
Yes.
The day began over 5 years ago at a homeless shelter for teens in Boulder, Colorado. Charlotte told me that she had met someone from one of the Dakotas whose parents are Norwegian. I was not exactly sure whether he was a customer or staff until she told me that his job was to get kids off the streets and into the shelter. I found out later that his nickname was Street Jesus. A salesman for a homeless shelter from North Dakota? I'm pretty sure many parents would have been thinking, oofda. That's a Norwegian expression, which means, oh my God. Charlotte brought Jacob to New Jersey for a quick visit in the fall, where he survived intense interrogation from Charlotte's family with minimal bruising. Other than an inability to use four-letter words, Jacob seemed worldly and adventurous as he had traveled extensively to Spain and had lived in and was fluent in Spanish, a surprise in the monolinguistic Thompson household. Charlotte, as a result of her time working in the homeless shelter, swore like a truck driver. Once, during a memorable dinner at a restaurant in Princeton, her then nephew, 5-year-old nephew, showed off his new vocabulary acquired from his special IELTS. The couple's first trip together was a mission trip the following spring to Nicaragua, led by Jim. Charlotte distinguished herself by digging a large pit toilet. On her return, she and her newfound skills were again utilized in the construction of another pit toilet at the Soren family cabin in South Dakota. From their time at the homeless shelter was coming to an end, Jacob's uncle Joel offered them the opportunity to sail from Tahiti to Hawaii with him. As a sailor myself, I know that this is the kind of trip that can make or break a relationship, as there is no escape on a 37-foot sailboat in the middle of the Pacific. Together, they came through a very physically and mentally demanding journey with flying colors. When books have been written about relationships that have foundered on the high seas, think of Mutiny on the Bounty and Moby Dick. On their return, Charlotte let me know that the sea voyaging life was not for her and them, and that they were then going to travel the West for the time being in a camper, rock climbing and camping out in the wilderness, with a stop in North Dakota for the annual Sorum hunting trip in the fall, ending up who knows where. A plan then emerged that they were ready to return to Colorado, where Jacob would get his master's degree while working as a climber for a tree surgeon, and Charlotte for work for Habitat. A rental house of their own soon followed, as well as Bocce and then Oli. This year, in quick succession, Jacob got his master's degree, left the tree business and popped a question. In conclusion, I offer the following advice to Charlotte and Jacob. Keep your sense of humor,
Yep.
travel, have fun.
Yep.
Learn, listen to each other. Compromise is not a four-letter word. And most of all, keep doing what you're already doing.
All right.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Cheers. Cheers. You gotta cheers it.
All right. Cheers first. In our family, this cup has been passed down to me from my father, sitting over here, who got it from his father, who got it from his father. And the rumor or story is that the first Goff Thompson won this in a horse race, God knows when, and God knows how. And it is a tradition in our family when we have weddings that we pass around the cup filled with champagne to everyone in the room. But today, because we're living different times, we have filled it with a little champagne for Jacob and Charlotte.
Should we do cheers?
What?
Should we do cheers?
Cheers.
Cheers!